This is your daily market review for Wednesday, December 11th, 2024. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at EXP Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and your daily market review for Wednesday, December 11th, 2024. Hopefully you're having an excellent day. As we talked about, market pulling back before the PPI, CPI data. You've got a hell of a bounce today. Got to give it credit for credit is due. However, it does feel a little suspect. Inflation now is coming in the 3.5 to 3.3 range, holding above the 2% target rate of the Feds. It's hard to see them cutting rates with inflation way above their expected rates. But unless they're expecting something bigger and deeper in the market, potentially weakness, that's the only thing that would make sense to me. However, near term, it is what it is. Talked about putting on some shorts today on that pop on some things. Some things it didn't really move enough to add on. We had some shorts. Again, we can talk about it. Again, there's longs, there's shorts, there's plenty of trades out there. Again, if you're new to the channel, check out the whole recap to get insights on a lot of those different stocks. But in general, impressed. But again, if you look deeper in there, IWM, DIA didn't follow through. The bonds got crushed. Apple started acting funky. Yeah, let's just, again, it's a trader's market. I don't trust anything in the market, but I also trust that there are trades to take on with defined risk. Again, talked about shorting the Q today. We'll show you where and why. All right, new to the channel, check out the Discord room. Links in the description below. If you would like to chat, use the Calendly link. If you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, please let me know. I'd love to refer you out to some amazing agent in any part of the country, no matter where you're at, part of a bunch of really great referral groups that put the best agents together to help out folks who are looking to buy and sell or even invest anywhere in the country. Would love to connect. Use the link. Again, posting trades on the Twitter. That was one of them. That was a QQQ. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Don't, if you do mind. Again, here's some more, a bunch of them. Again, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Same thing with the YouTube. Hit the notifications for when these videos come out. I appreciate you guys. Also, if you'd like to donate, check the link in the description or hit the thanks button. $2 minimum. I didn't realize that. Also, check out the website, tradingagent.com. Turning profits into properties and passive income. That is the goal. Okay. Anyway, here we go. Let's get into it. This definitely is not 89% after today's action. It's almost like 98%, which is very, 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 right? Very interesting. At this rate, shikes. Keep an eye on it. Again, they're basically cut, guaranteed. Bitcoin bounced back today. Again, not surprised. There's a lot of little things going on behind the scenes. Now, a lot of people have expectations of HODL going to the moon. We'll see. 101,000. Again, you have to get over this candle. I'm very adamant about this because I know these patterns. Chop tops with extremes, high and low at the top. Notice it seems to be holding here and it can't get over here. To confirm the next direction, you have to get above this high volume candle. I promise you. And it could chop here for a while. And if it's going to break, it needs to break below 91,000. I've seen this happen many times. It happens with stocks. It's repeating patterns. Ten cuidado, please. Oil got a pretty, why isn't it showing? A decent bounce today. Again, we talk about it holding the risk. Sorry, not the risk, the range lows. Again, demand destruction is real, but here we go. If they start cutting rates, yikes. UNG got a solid pop. Papa Giorgio, was it Nick Papa Giorgio? Back up towards the high. And we talked about this, watching for lower highs potentially. Again, I like natural gas. I like all this stuff long term. I'm just waiting for it to play out. The dollar seems to be hitting this range here. Watch this. So the 20-day was a tractor beam, holding it. And is either head and shoulders top or about to get freaking cooked. Or sorry, about to break to higher highs. If you get cooked here, we'll see what, again, I'm not really trading the dollar. I just watch it for volatility. Just like the TLT. Traded it a little bit, not trading it now, but whoa. That is not what you want to see going into the Fed meeting. And again, with the reaction of the CPI, higher rates not going to be healthy for and not healthy, but I don't think the economy really wants to digest that. VIX, again, we're seeing it in the real estate market, chopping around. Look, hit the 20-day, backed off. Okay, I thought we were going to get higher highs, but yeah, not today. But look at the VIX. Again, volatility is still increasing. Remember, big moves. Big moves mean higher volatility. SPY held the 8-day, 10-day. We talked about this. Not surprised it bounced a little bit. Again, this is why the second mouse gets the cheddar. If you shorted and stayed short in front of the market drop, you got cooked. If you didn't harvest any profits, you got cooked. If you traded around it and you said, all right, I'm taking some profits or I'm going to wait and see the reaction, You have great opportunities. You took advantage of them. High five. QQQ. Again, we talked about this. We got really close. And again, I adjusted the channel. When you really go back and look at it, here it is. If you short in the 528, 529, 530 area, it makes sense with some SQQ. Again, tight stops. Define your risk. Keep it simple. Stupid. IWM, again, lagging. This doesn't confirm strength to me. 20-day is not holding. Sorry, is not breaking out over the 20-day and 8-day, 10-day, and getting back over these highs. Again, this is a range high. It's kind of like Bitcoin. Here you go. Until you get over this, it could be a chop zone. And if it breaks below certain ranges, it could get wipe out. DIA, speaking of, right? Should be up. Hey, looking good. Not so much. Gold, nice bounce today. Broke through the resistance. Decent volume, right? Like, that's the volume you really want to see. Now, again, you can draw lines. And this is why we always tell people, don't bring a ruler to trading. That looks pretty good for bullish action. Just need follow through. Just need follow. We said if the head and shoulder fails, if this is the left shoulder, that's the right shoulder, and it fails, you could go higher. The hardest thing, though, is confirming it with, say, silver, because silver doesn't look like it's confirming it. Seems to be stuck in the mud. GDX, decent bounce, right? Back to the 50-day. Again, miners look a little better. GDXJ, same kind of thing, looking a little better. Silver miners, not so much. Like Silge got a decent little bounce today, but still not over the recent highs. Again, AEM, we've talked about. This one seems to be popping every time it gets up to this 87 level. Do we get follow through? AG, we talked about this one back testing the trend line. Here's another wide and loose candle. You need to get over that to confirm next action. Newmont, we've said this ultimately many times, and here's a chop bottom potential, right? It needs to hold the 40s. Holds the 40s, should be good. If it doesn't, you just get out. It's a really simple trade, honestly. You could buy it at 41, set a dollar stop, and if you get stopped out, you can always get back in. But if it holds 40 and it goes up to 80, 100, man, one risk dollar to make 50. I like it. Me gusta mucho. Taiwan Semi. I guess that was like an Italian accent with Spanish. Didn't work so hot. No. Taiwan Semi, here we go. We talked about this. Lower highs. Thought it would get back to this little channel. Did not. Little minute bounce. Micron, this one's been chopping around, going nowhere. AM Dizzle makes new lows, right? Just chopping. Again, I don't trust him. NVDA, we talked about the bounce. Didn't see, again, early in the day, didn't really look that good. Then it bounced back into the end of the day. Again, still watching the 20-day as a reference. We talked about, again, if you shorted up here, here's like the QQQ channel high. You know, it's the first drop should get bought and expected it to bounce. Now you've got hopefully lower highs, 20-day consolidation before we go lower. That's my guess. I'm sticking to it. Define my risk. It's an easy damn trade. SMCI, again, they cook the books and they tell everyone it's okay. Okay, well, their auditors quit. Nice bounce. Again, I don't. This is where one of the stocks where you go, do you really want to gamble? Do you really want to gamble? I would just wait. Wait for what happens, and you can always get back in later. Just don't gamble. Adobe, let's see what's going. They had earnings after the hours. Oh, fudge. Wow, down 10%. Okay. Back at 506, 50-day. This is one of the things we talked about. Could it go up to fill the gap? But then as it started chopping, said, you know what? So the last couple days, it's probably going nowhere until earnings. Again, now if you're a second mouse, you can do whatever you want. Just remember, it just got slapped around. I probably wouldn't do anything. Apple, we talked about this kind of repeating pattern formation for tops. Right? Doji, chop, breakout. Again, I should have multiple dojis there, but point being, breakout, then hammer. Someone knows something. Keep an eye on it. Again, I hate to say it again, because again, you have to trust the market, but sometimes I know the market traps. I don't trust Apple's going to have good numbers. And now you got more China issues popping up. Keep an eye on it. Amazon, this has been holding up really well. Credit where credit's due. Expect the 1.618 potentially. Said it's chopping. Meta, makes sense. Holding up. Again, personally, if you look at the market valuation in tech, this stuff is way overbought. But hey, overbought conditions, just like oversold conditions, can sustain. Be careful. Again, if you want to short, define your risk, tighten your stops up. If you're going long, please roll up your stops. Please roll up your profits. Again, profits are not real until realized. CRM, we talked about this trap up here, and now you backed up to support. Okay, makes sense. You did a little bounce. I mean, it was up. Man, it was solid. What is it? $12 at one point. Only finished half up. Guggenheim, again, they got the chip. Maybe they're the one who gets all the Momo. Congrats. Again, JSOLSys alerted this with call options that were being purchased. Then you see it holding this level. Looks, cooking with gas. Microsoft, there you go, chopping around, filling the gap. Worth watching up here. Again, looked like it was going to fail yesterday, but again, if the market held up, this is the thing about Microsoft. I honestly thought it'd be up more today. That's my guess. NDAQ, talked about this one. Again, I like the short on this long term. I think the exchange in itself will be the laggard. MicroStrategy, Bitcoin bounced back. Again, personally, we talked about the trade from here up to there was very simple. Now it's hard. And when I say it's hard, you got to play the range. You got to say 440s, 320s. Everything in between it, you don't know for sure. Because this could turn into a big consolidation pattern after that breakout and trap. Netflix. Holding up. That gap is very ominous. I don't see it. Here's the thing, right? You get a big gap up to start a move. You cook. Then you get a gap at the highs. It's like a gap at the low, right? Which can be exhaustive. Is this exhaustive? Like this little gapper Tandy? Keep an eye on that one. Again, I'm not shorting it, but it just makes sense to watch. The Robloxia. Again, I think this is a buyout target. We talked about holding a 48 level. Man, a lot of little gaps today. Just keep an eye on it. Pan W, this one, again, we're on top of this stuff, y'all. This is, again, an example of a chop range, and if you can't get over it, be careful. You can pull back. Breaks out over the 380 area. Now it seems like it could be in between, and this is where it gets hard. You're backtesting this little breakout trend line, but, man, near term, your guess is as good as mine. Tesla, a lot of people trying to short this one. This thing can be, I personally know. Not, again, this can be the death maker. I mean, if you consider this a big chop zone breakout, like zoom out on the monthly, this could be ripping. So I don't have a preference. Again, I'm not going to advise on this one other than if you bought down here in the 200s, 150, roll up your damn stops. That's all I can say. If it goes to 1,000, congrats. If it doesn't and you don't take any profit and it just kind of gets stuck, you're going to be a little disappointed. Because again, people don't remember what it's like, right? You get these straight line moves and they get sold, and straight line move gets sold. You are in the straight line move section of this. And when I say sold, yeah, at worst, a consolidation pattern. Make sense? Insight, again, we like this company. I think they get bought out, going nowhere. In the near term, it seems like if you zoom out, you can see why we liked it. Broke the downtrend. Honestly, liked it down here. You saw the volume down in the 50s. I think long term, again, pullback, any major pullback is probably going to get bought. Insight, here you go. Here we can talk about like a blow off top, and now it's going to be acting as a resistance. This candle right here, I mean, you cannot like that if you're a bull. That candle is an outside reversal bar. Very bearish. Read about it. Check it out. Not bullish, but doesn't mean it has to collapse. It just means worst case scenario, you're probably going to be what? Pulling back, chopping around. We talked about the 8 and 10 day. Posted this. It held it. Congrats. Keep an eye on it. Again, I mean, I wouldn't short these levels. If you were going to short, I'd wait for bounces. And if you're long, man, you better tighten up your stops. Tighten them up to the 20 day. I would not let this get below it. McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. We talked about the 300 level seems to be a chop zone. Yeah, not breaking out. DKNG. We shorted this up in the 45, 44 range. Congratulations. It looks good. Airbnb Bizzle. Keep it simple, stupid. Big chop range. Again, some of these don't have anything to say. Costco. As soon as this thing hit over 1,000, I saw an absolute shite ton of articles saying, look, 1,000, woohoo, new highs, awesome. Costco's the shiznit. Wee. I don't know, that really wasn't a real laugh of mine, but that candle, keep an eye on it. Starbucks, we've talked about this one going nowhere fast, chopping around. Federal Express, the Federal Express machine. Talked about it shorting up here, chopping around. Again, I don't mind chopping. This is the thing about chop after a down move or an up move. High and tight is bullish. Say if this was chopping well at the highs, like see, here you go, like this. Get this big up move and it holds up, made new higher highs. That's cool. Again, if we chop tight at the lows, probably should go lower in time. Keep it simple, stupid. Caterpillar hits the gap, fills the gap area. Again, chopping around below the 50 day. It just, man, that one feels like it could be ready to waterfall. Just keep an eye on it. Again, you have a 2-day range. Sorry, let me go back to it. 2-day range. Make sense? Watch what happens. Notice how it also lines up with support resistance. Keep an eye on it because that could turn into a bomb. I mean, bomb down. Deer chopping around. Not much to say. Again, that was a huge up move. We called that one from the 350 area. Nucor, again, names like commodity should be cooking. NFLX looks like they're not going to get through with the deal. Yeah, I'd be watching. We talked about this formation. It could be bottoming with these long wicks, but again, the volume on that one's much larger. This one, I would probably steer away from it. VALE, again, if you like global growth names, not really acting so hot. Arrow, we like junior copper, but not trying to pick this one off the floor yet. Makes sense. CCJ, we like CCJ long term, but now it's under the 20-day. I don't think I would chase it. CF, ag names, we like them long term. Again, CF looks way better than Mosaic or NTR, as you can notice. They look like they're in the shop zone. NTR, same thing as that shop. AA, again, we talked about aluminum. This is what's crazy about it, right? A lot of people are saying, oh, you got to play the breakout. Chop, 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 bam. I like aluminum long term. I would love to see this thing in the 20s or 30s. I would absolutely scoop that one up and put it in the portfolio and just let it Netflix and chill, marinate. The good old XLF, we talked about how financials seem to be lagging as the market makes new highs. Financials seem to have no love under the 20-day now. Keep an eye on it. Again, could they bounce? They need to if the markets really want to confirm some stuff. JP mode, they're not buying back their own stock. Why would you want to buy it? Morgan Stanley, same kind of thing, starting to look weaker. But again, high and tight would be okay if they can hold these ranges. I personally think they're going to break at some point, but we'll see. Again, I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. Bank of America, chopping around. Buffett couldn't dump it fast enough. Goldman Sachs, 20-day. Again, high and tight's cool. But if these things start to fail, this is a novice gap trap, and you could see bigger moves down. That's why I like the risk reward. If you short up near the highs with tight stops, it's no different than buying the dips with tight stops at the lows. You have reference points. You don't get kicked in the teeth if you're wrong. That's why you can go short or long. It's just like flipping the chart upside down and not thinking twice about it. Same stock, same stuff, same shit. Easy. Carry. Talked about this one blowing off and going nowhere. Keep an eye on it. XBI, another global, like a risk on trade, right? Keep an eye on this, right? Keep an eye on this. Chopping around. Jets. The Jets. Seems to be holding up. Keep an eye on it, right? There's a lot of things. XHB, right? You would think housing would it be holding up if the economy is going to be strong here? Just keep an eye on it. Again, you have a clear reference. 100-day has been key. Keep an eye on it. Good old solar. There's not much to say here. Going to power through this. Solar, again, going nowhere in my opinion. Chop, chop, chop. Trade the ranges. Trade the reference points. Keep it simple, stupid. Again, I think for solar has more long-term upside if you get the pullbacks and you let these burn out. I don't think they're going to fizzle out like Sedge or ENPH. HY Jizzle. Again, you got to be out of your freaking mind about corporate debt. That's my guess. I'm sticking to it. Oil, as we talked about it, range lows due to bounce. Not surprised. It's just a big, choppy, sloppy Joe, sloppy mess. UNG, I hate this product. I like the KOLD short from the 80s. We talked about taking profit, right? Keep an eye on it here. Range lows. Keep an eye on it. XOP. Keep an eye on it. Chopping around. Again, I think this gap will fill at some point, back testing the trend line. Just kind of is what it is. CVE. Chopping around. Holding the range lows. Valero. Same kind of thing. Again, you like gasoline. We like oil, gas. Longer term, but at this point, you can't really do anything with it. Leave them. Watch. Watch, watch, watch. Chopping around. NPC. Hold on one second. Keeping an eye on it. Again, I personally don't have a lot to say about them other than just watching, right? That's just watching. Again, let them play back. Let them play their, look at, something seems off about this. Because again, if global growth was going to pick up, oil and gas demand should pick up. They're not acting right. Occidental, chopping around. Watch. Watch for extremes. That's all you can really say. Keep an eye on it. Last but not least, EQT and Flex LNG. EQT are obviously going to bounce with natural gas. Watch these ranges. I don't really, again, they just, when you zoom out, you can see their big consolidation patterns. You can trade the lows. You can trade the highs. Personally, would just watch. Flex LNG, again, I think will be natural gas exporters. But however, Qatar getting that whole pipeline to Europe could be an interesting game changer near term. Let's see what happens here. Either way, let me know how I can help. Don't hesitate to reach out. Always here to do our best to try to inform people what's going on. Give me a call. Hit me up. Text. Whatever you want. Hit me up through the Calendly link. Let me know how I can help. Love you guys. Have a great afternoon. Peace. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.